I'm just a working mom doing my own dip powder nails. I'm not a trained professional. My hope is to inspire you by sharing my own creations. Enjoy! Thanks for joining me for my next set of dip powder nails. My first step is always to use my Dremel with a coarse grit sanding band to scuff off the shine of the previous top coat. This allows the warm acetone bath soak off to work faster. And for this step, I already have on my safety glasses and dust mask. I've got my tried and true DIY soak-off setup in my sunroom with the windows open, a large bowl with very warm water, 2 quart-sized freezer bags with a piece of paper towel in each one, and 100% pure acetone. I put about a quarter cup of that acetone in each bag, and then the hand goes in a bag, and the bag's partially submerged in the warm water, and then I rub my nails on that acetone-soaked paper towel until the dip comes off. Here we go! After several minutes, I have made this much progress. I'm gonna add some more acetone to the bags, warm up the water, and get the rest of this off. Here we go, just a few more minutes. The rest of that dip is off, clear to go to the next step. After I've trimmed and filed my nails to desired length and shape, I'm going to push back my cuticles. Then I lightly buff off the natural nail shine using a fine grit sanding block. I know to never skip nail preparation. After scrubbing my nails clean, I'm going to use acetone to wipe away remaining debris and oil. It's time to let out my inner mermaid on this one. I'm going to begin with build powder and liquid base coat. Not an essential step, but I do like the added strength and shaping it provides. My first coat is just a thin strip down the center of the nail, not all the way to the cuticle, and then gently dip that in the build powder and tap off the excess and brush away after a few seconds. For my second coat of build powder, I'm going to apply in a slightly wider strip, but not all the way to the side edges and only half the length of the nail. I find that this application technique tends to give the nail a nice apex shape. With my liquid base coat, I have this beautiful blue called Ocean Glitz. I'm going to apply 2 coats of this color. The first coat I'm only applying to about 3/4 the length of the nail. This helps to avoid bulky dip application at the cuticle edge. Second coat of Ocean Glitz I'm going to apply over the entire nail this time. Now I'm going to start adding some mermaid sparkle. Using a thin brush, I'm going to use the liquid base coat to apply some decorative lines on my nail so I don't cover all of the pretty blue. And then I'll sprinkle the glitter over top of that. This glitter is a dip powder blend, so it does adhere to the liquid base coat pretty well. I am going to cover my whole ring fingernail for extra sparkle. I'm not done with glitter yet. I'm going to add this chunky glitter blend, which will add some different blues and iridescence. I'm applying this a little differently to each nail to vary the distribution, make it look a little more like a natural phenomenon. Ocean glitter. Since this was just a loose glitter, more brushed off than I wanted, so I reapplied as needed. Now that I have all the glitter where I want it, I am going to apply 3 coats of the clear dip powder. I want to fully encapsulate that glitter before I file. This first coat of clear dip powder, I'm only applying to about 2/3 the length of the nail in a continued effort to minimize the dip thickness at the cuticle edge. The second coat of clear dip powder will be applied closer to, but not all the way to the cuticle yet. With the thicker dip powder layers, I do find that sometimes I need to dip a nail again to ensure all of the liquid base coat is fully saturated with powder. And the third coat of clear dip powder will be applied to the entire nail. All these layers do result in thick dip powder nails, more so with the chunky glitter. However, with good filing and application technique, I'm typically very happy with the final look. Now I'm going to apply a generous amount of activator to harden the dip powder, and then allow at least 10 minutes for that to set before starting to file. Using a coarse grit filing board, I'm going to straighten the sides, the tips, and correct shaping all over the nail. Next, I'll use my fine grit sanding block to smooth over that coarsely filed surface. Here, I'll show you the difference. I have not filed the top hand yet. And I'll buff my nails too for extra shine. I need to apply a quick coat of activator before my top coat, a few minutes ahead for a fast cure. A final wipe with a lint-free cloth to help remove excess activator and powder. I'm applying my first coat of top coat in just a few quick strokes. I want to slow down the occurrence of brush hardening. After only about 2 minutes, I apply my second coat of top coat. I did need to switch out my brush for a clean one after the first coat. I do suggest having a bottle of brush cleaner on hand in case you need a new brush. I usually do. This cures pretty quickly, but I do give it a good 15 minutes. And after a complete cure, I care for my hands by applying cuticle oil and a nourishing lotion. And here's the final result. My new beautiful dip powder manicure. With ocean vibes for this mermaid tide. See how it sparkles. Thanks for checking out my nail design with me. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment with any questions or feedback.